Now, the key milestones in the context of social policy, 601, the poor laws in England were established. It was an early form of organized welfare, and then came 1942 came the Beveridge Report in UK, which laid the groundwork for the modern welfare state. During the when poor Elizabethan law was there, because we all know that it started from the charitable institutions, charitable organizations. They After the World War One, it was you know. The poverty was rampant. There was sufferings all over, and 1942 the Beveridge Report took heed, and that laid the groundwork for establishing a modern and welfare state. The 1960s saw the expansions of social programs in the Western countries, which included Medicare and Medicaid in the United States. And in 1990s, that is starting from the Industrial Revolution till 1990, that is globalization and the rise of international social policy framework such as UN Sustainable Development Goals. They all paved way for what social policy should be there. Now, the key areas of when you talk about the areas of social policy, there's a health policies which ensures health services, promote public health, addresses health inequalities, education which providing accessibility to education like your RTE Act promoting lifelong learning and reduce any kind of educational disparities, housing policies which are there for affordable and safe housing, addressing homelessness, promoting sustainable urban development, providing urban basic services. Social security measures are there, that system that provide financial support during unemployment, illness or old age, and employment opportunities are created. Policies are made in order to promote, bring about job creation, talking about fair wages, talking about minimum wages and safe working conditions. Now, if you look into the goals of social policies, whenever policies are being made, whenever policies are framed, they are the broader goals and objectives of social policy. First is equality. When you talk about equality, it is about the fair treatment, the equal treatment of all the sections of the population, the diverse population which we have in our subcontinent. It ensures that everyone has equal opportunities and have accessibility to resources. They would have ample opportunity to exercise the rights. They would have the freedom of choice to be. They should have that kind of freedom to make choices, to protect, they safeguard their interest. Equality has to be ensured, and everyone should be given equal opportunity. Secondly, equity is there. In the equity part, it is important the addressing the needs of the disadvantaged groups to achieve fairness in society. Now, if I give an example, that if in terms of equity, if I say income disparities, suppose if two individuals, a male and female, if they are working at the same designation and at the same organization with same amount of responsibilities, but it happens that a male member receives or gets a better amount than the female. Now, that is not equity. There is an income disparity, but the amount of work, the designation, the duties, responsibilities are same, but they are not being paid in terms of in equal wages. So here there is equity has to be ensured, that fairness has to be given, where people, in a nation we all exercise rights. Everyone has been given fundamental rights, give us that kind of liberty. It gives us the rights which has to be exercised in a nation. But equity can be only achieved when the people who are at those who are vulnerable, they are moved forward and brought to the same level, and then we can say that equity has been achieved. So fairness in the treatments, fairness in law, fairness in rules, regulations, compliance, conformity to societal values, norms, all has to be achieved through equity. Social justice. Another aspect of social policy is social justice, that is fair treatment and reducing disparities, any discriminatory practices on the basis of gender, income, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic factors, social class or caste. So social justice has to be ensured. Promotion of social justice is important because it tries to reduces any kind of disparities. At the same time, it looks into any form of discriminatory practices or oppression or violence or any kind of exploitation. Social policy also trends to enhance the quality of life of people, that is overall well-being of the people and providing a life satisfactory approach to the larger population. They're improving their present conditions and situation to a better condition. So that is how the quality of life, that is they have the basic minimum needs, they have accessibility to services, they have ample opportunities. That is how we can ensure quality of life in it. Next is the poverty reduction. Social policies also aim at poverty reduction, implementing new measures to lift people out of poverty and prevent its recurrence. So anti-poverty programs has been initiated in India, which was being fabricated, which was being made during the 5-year plans, that how poverty has to be mitigated, how poverty has to be tackled through various programs, schemes, and being made available during the first few 5-year plans. So poverty reduction strategies were being implemented, were being formulated in order to look after, to uplift people from the crunches of, from the shackles of poverty, and to prevent its occurrence in future also. So social inclusion policy also aims at, the broader goals of all policy is also to ensure inclusivity, that is all individuals regardless of their background, they can participate in fully in the society. So inclusivity and diversity are important part of social policy. Now, if we talk about, that was important part, now coming to the part of public policy. What is public policy? Public policy is the framework of laws, regulations, and actions government implements to achieve social and economic goals. It is a statement of the government which intent and commitment to address a particular issue or a problem, and it also shapes the decision of government officials and agencies, and and how it affects the society, the community, the economy, and politics. It covers various issues including economic, social welfare, education, healthcare, and environmental policies are also there. Political ideologies, societal values, and economic conditions influence public policy, which is vital in shaping a country's future. Public policy, they play a crucial role in shaping societies and addressing societal challenges. In political science, it is essential to comprehend public policies meaning and public policies definition, evolution, and significance. So public policies are the government rules and programs which is formulated for the purpose of affecting, bringing about positive change. Public policy is basically a set of rules and regulations set forth for the public, that the public law is expected to adhere to. And the term public policy always refers to the actions of the government and the intentions, and that determines these actions. There are certain aspects of social policies versus public policy, or rather I would say that social policies focuses on human welfare and social issues, whereas public policy, it encompasses a broader range of government policies that include economic, environment, and foreign policies. Social policy particularly issues identifies those issues such as health, education, housing, social security, and employment. Public policy, it tries to regulate the actions of individuals, organizations, and institutions to achieve certain outcomes of the society. Both, when you talk about the integration of social policy and public policy, actually public policy is a larger umbrella term, and under that public policy you'll find social policy, economic policy, health policies, and education policies. Actually, it addresses social needs. Public policies are often driven by the need to address social issues and like poverty, healthcare, education, whereas social policies, they are implemented through these public policies measures such as legislation, subsidies, public services. Okay, so with the help under the garb, under the umbrella of public policies, social policies are being implemented. Public policies often reflect societal values and norms, which are often enshrined in social justice principles, protecting human rights. whereas social policies promote equality, equity, inclusions, which are supported by public policy, which enforces anti-discriminatory laws and welfare programs and measures. It ensures, through social policies and public policy, it ensures social stability as well as the principles of governance and democracy. Effective social policies contribute to social stabilities, and which is again crucial for bringing about a effective functioning of the government. They Public policies are designed in such a manner that they maintain order, they promote social cohesion, and through social safety nets as well as support community programs. Now, these are certain characteristics of social policy. They may have different meanings and intentions, particularly as a subject, as an area of practice, or as a process of actions. It is an instrument. Social policy is an instrument because it functions. It brings about changes in. It provides, or it is a purposive course of action. It is an instrument in the sense that. It looks after the needs and welfare aspect of the people, and through the mechanism of institutions, these policies are being implemented, the instrument of change. So social policy act as a catalyst to bring about certain change in the society. Social policies plays a distributive and redistributive role. So it not only talks about distribution of resources, but it also talks about how these resources are being redistributed. That is, allocation of resources in a proper manner, that each and every individual are included, or there is an inclusivity in the process of distribution and redistribution. So social policies plays a significant role in the distributed and redistributive part. Social policy also talks about the unilateral transfer of resources from one section of society to another section of the society. It has a major concern for the vulnerable, for the weaker and marginalized sections of the society. Coexistence do not exist in isolation. That when you talk about peaceful coexistence, policies do not exist in isolation. Rather, they are effective in relation to other policies such as economic policies, health policies, education policies, housing policies, policies for the marginalized, policies for the vulnerable such as the aged population, women and child. So there is a coexistence of policies, and they function along with the other policies. Social policies are more of a planned in nature, and it is not a random activity, or it is not a random approach, but it involves some kind of purposeful intentional activity, and they have authoritative choices, because when we talk about authoritative choices, it is the government's roles and the government's pressure through which the policies are being implemented. Next, social policy is concerned with the social relationships, that is, the relationship which has been established between individuals and societies, and between different groups of people in the society. This is important because individual and social well-being is extremely dependent on the quality of relationship. The kind of relationships you establish in a society, the social well-being is also enhanced. Social policy is also concerned with the articulation of objectives and principles, and they critically involves debates about values as well as actions to achieve them. Different values and belief system will mean there are different understandings about what constitutes welfare, and also about how welfare is best promoted. So social policy is concerned that how maximum benefit or maximum welfare has to be achieved. The process of social policy involves not only rational analysis, but also talks about political contest, about different values, and the position of different groups. The analysis of social policy therefore requires a deep understanding of various power relationships within the society, and is informed by different theories about power and how it is exercised. Social policy is concerned with the overall welfare, and also about how welfare or well-being is distributed among different groups. according to the important facets of life such as health, education, income and employment. These are certain broader objectives of social policies which I have mentioned in the bullet form. I mean, you need to understand what actually the proper or rather the major goal and objective of policy would be. Like, it brings about social change and social integration. The first and foremost objective of any policy, particularly social policy, is to bring about change, social change and social integration, because as I mentioned earlier, that policies do not exist in isolation. So it is integrated with economic, with health, education policies, and the intention or the deliberate effort is to bring about certain drastic changes in the present condition of the population. Secondly, it helps in proper redistribution of social resources. It is quite evident that a country like ours, a developing country, especially sometimes the distributed resources are not distributed evenly and in a fair manner. So the second important goal and objective of social policy is to redistribute the resources. We talk about redistribution means it should be given to those sections of the populations where they have difficulty in accessibility or in getting access to those resources. So the proper redistribution of resources, that is, the entire populations are benefited from the resources which are available in a developing nation. Thirdly, it talks about improving the quality of life. Now, when you talk about quality of life, it is just not about the minimum service or the basic needs, but it is about accessibility, freedom of choices, opportunities, and it talks about life expectancies, the contribution in educational sector, or advantages or privileges the state has given to a particular group or to a particular community. Next is to protect the weaker sections of the society. Social policy also aims at protecting the weaker sections, the vulnerable sections, because policies are also laws, legislations, rules, code of conduct, sometimes norms, customs, cultural aspect. These are all part of policy system, and they try to bring about, or rather through legislations, through enactments, through laws, it protects, it safeguards the interest of the wider society. Policy also tends to eradicate poverty by bringing about poverty reduction strategies, implementing schemes and programs which would cater to the needs of the people and to bring them to uplift their present situation. It also provides people's participation in the development process through policies. There is a community engagement, there is community participation and people involvement in the development process. It develops human resources. It tries to protect children, vulnerable population, women, youth, and the larger community. It also, the objective of social policy is also to strengthen human resources, because human beings are an asset to a nation, and by giving them quality of life, by enhancing their present situation and status, you're actually strengthening the resources of the community. Social policy also aim Social policies also ensures proper wages and conditions of work, that is minimum, providing the basic minimum wages to the people, protecting them from the employers exploitations or oppression, violation of any laws or any regulations in terms of any establishment or industrial setup, be it a factory act, be it a minimum wages act, employees insurance act in the form of employees insurance act, minimum wages act, factories act, ensuring that the wages of the labor class, the labor population are being intact and no violation has been done. So regulation of wages, working conditions, environment of the workplace, this is also an important part of social policy, and through laws, legislations, these are being enshrined, or these through laws and legislations, these are being protected. It provides facilities for leisure as well as recreation through social policy. It also talks about recreation, it also talks about what kind of facilities are available, like public parks, public utility services, where the general population can. Even today it promotes open gym system. If we talk about today, that through the government initiatives, there are open gyms that people can have leisure activities and they have time for recreation. Minimizing disparities in income, wealth, and status and opportunities. Through the medium of social policies, one can remove any discriminatory practices, any disparities in terms of income, wealth, distribution of resources, allocation of proper resources, enhancing the current status and providing them the ample opportunities. Social policy aims at integrating rural and as well as urban development. When we talk about integrated rural development approach, that is the village community has been endowed through panchayats, that they can look after the welfare of the people, and there is rural development as well as urban development. Then providing social security in times of dangers in life and property. It also generates opportunities for the employment, ensuring medical health services, and it ensures minimizations of suffering. The last and the most important objective of social policy is minimization of sufferings and maximization of welfare measures. Now I'm going to talk about scope of social policy. What is the scope of social policy? If you look into the social sectors, of course, there is two aspects of it. There is sectorial policies which have been divided into various sectors like your health, education, housing, water, sanitation, environmental protection. Then the next part is social insurance, where it uncovers or where it covers pensions, unemployment schemes, unemployment benefits. It talks about disability allowances. So social protection, it means that the subsidies policies, in food subsidies and targeted safety nets. It looks into what kind of the government initiatives have been there in order to like PDS, in terms of food distribution, food subsidies, public distribution services is there. So, what are the various protection in terms of what are the various ways of protecting people, which is in the form of laws and legislations. Then social services, that is care for the vulnerable groups, weaker sections of the society, elderly people, disabled, orphan, and destitutes. Then social rights, that is the rights which has been enshrined in the constitution, fundamental rights, and also those laws, legislations, and enactments which has been there to protect and safeguard the interests of the larger population. And there is direct human services, that is both public as well as charitable, mutual assistance and personal welfare, which is also the scope of social policy, occupational welfare, that is what kind of laws are framed in any establishment. Then services for the profit, the tertiary sector services which has been there, the the hotel, the tourism, that is also part of the scope of social policy. Tax welfare, tax welfares are there, subsidies in tax for the marginalized or for the elderly population, environmental adjustment and enhancement, as well as the enhancing the overall enhancement and well-being of the population. Secondly, there are the key stakeholders in social policy development: government, which of course the major important functioning body, central, state, as well as local government. They play a very crucial role in public formulation and implementation, because it is through the government machinery that the policies are formulated. Non-governmental organizations, they also influence policy making through advocacy, service delivery, and public awareness campaign. Thirdly, international organizations, UN, WHO, and other bodies which set global standards and influence policies, national policies of any country, of nation, even conventions and treaties which has been signed with the other nations, they also become a part of the policy making system in any developing country. or developed country. Private sector companies and business which impact policies like the economic policies are important, and they run parallel with social and social policies, health policies, especially talk about creating employment opportunities, tackling income disparities. Then civil societies like individuals, communities, and the social movements which advocates for change in the policy making system. Today, we have a lot of challenges in the development of social policy. First, resource constraint. There are limited budgets, and a lot of limited budget and resources can hinder policy implementation. It is very important that in order to have a successful and proper implementation formulation of policy, the resource allocation, the budget part, the financial, the monetary aspect has to be there. At how much coverage the policy is giving, and to what extent the policy is going to cover to the larger population. Then political opposition, differing political ideologies can also lead to policy gridlock. There a lot would be conflicting interest, or there will be a lot of conflicting situations amongst the governance, among the party system, among the democratic machinery, where a lot of different political ideologies, conflict of interest can pose a major roadblock in making and formulating policies. Then another challenge is social resistance. Policies may face a pushback from public or specific interest groups, which might the policy would not might not will be well integrated with the interest and ideological aspect of a particular group. There would be a lot of resistance, like in terms of if I give one example of reservation. Initially, in education policies, a lot of reservations had been given to a particular community, particular system. So another section would have a lot of resistance to that. So sometimes the policies, or there had been in recent times, you can talk about that farmers agitation, farmers protest, are also being taken in order to force the government to change certain laws, to make certain amendments. So there would be a pushback from various public or specific interest groups, which find there the aims and objectives of policy is not coinciding with the interest of the larger group. Then bureaucratic delays, inefficiencies in government agencies can slow down the policy process, and there could be also global pressures like international agreements, events, conventions can impact national policies too. There are certain emerging trends and challenges in the in the population, that aging populations today, the world is facing, or rather I would say, there's a global phenomena of the growing aging population, and for this, preparing social and economic privileges which would impact, or the hindrances which are there for the proper aging can be tackled, making effective social and economic policies. Then there is digital transformation, adapting social policies to address the challenges and opportunities for digitalization. Climate change, this is also an important area where you need to integrate environmental sustainability into social policy making system. Policies should be made in order to talk about environmental, preserving environment, tackling issues which is hampering the environment at larger platform. Globalization has its own adverse effects, so addressing the effects of global interconnectedness on social policy. And then social justice movements, as is responding to the demands for greater equity and inclusion. There are certain ethical considerations in policy making system, like when we talk about equality and equity, then there has to be a fairness, there has to be this balance of fairness needs to be created along with uniformity, that the population receiving the benefits, the privileges of a policy, it is just not ensuring equality, but it should be mandatory to maintain equity amongst the beneficiaries of that particular programs and schemes. Rights versus responsibilities. Individuals, ensuring individual rights while promoting social responsibility. Another important part in social policy, in considering the ethical aspect of it, that what are the rights and what are the responsibilities, and ensuring that individual rights are intact while promoting the social responsibility, accountability, and uniformity. There would be certain conflict of interest. That is, it is very important to manage the interests among various stakeholders. That is, interest groups or lobbyism is there. So there would be a lot of conflicting viewpoints, conflicting interest of various groups, communities. So that has to be competently handled and has to be tackled, keeping in mind the role of various stakeholders in policy making system. Privacy versus public interest. Becomes imperative that there has to be a balance between individual privacy with the needs and expectations of the society. And lastly, cultural sensitivity, respecting cultural diversity while promoting universal standards. Social policies in times of crisis. Sometimes it becomes important that when policies has to be initiated, what is the right correct moment, or what is the right time, and what are the various challenges, what are the those crises where it becomes imperative that the government initiates policy making system. Few of them, like economic crisis, policies are needed to support employment, social security, and economic recovery. Secondly, public health emergencies, response to pandemics. Recently, there was this pandemic of COVID, and globally it has affected and impacted the uh, entire humanity was being affected by corona. And so it becomes important that every nation took drastic measures in order to tackle the issue of this pandemic. And this the policies, whether it was economic policies, whether it was social aspect, whether it's health care system, it was all being redesigned and restructured, keeping in mind the crisis of that time. So the response to pandemics and other health crises, focusing on accessibility to healthcare services and providing that social protection. Natural disasters, policies should provide relief and recovery, which starts focusing on housing, employment, community rebuilding, strengthening community participation, community engagement in time of any kind time of natural disasters or man-made disasters. Conflict and displacement, addressing the needs of refugees, displaced person, focusing on shelter, healthcare, and trying to integrate these trying to integrate the needs of the demands, or other addressing the needs of the refugees, displaced person, uh, bringing them into the mainstream, trying to give them that kind of healthcare, shelter, and integrating uh, their needs and demands with the existing with the existing policies in a particular country. Then global crisis, that is coordinating international social policy responses to global challenges like climate change and migration. These are the certain important, I would like to now summarize the important points. Was the relevance of social policy in promoting social justice, equity? What had been the challenges and opportunities? What are the ongoing challenges in policy making and potential for innovative solutions? What is the role of stakeholders, like the significance of the collaboration of government, NGOs? Emerging trends in the need for adaptable, inclusive, as well as sustainable policies. And then call to action, that is encouraging active participation in the policy making process to create a more just and equitable society. Thank you, everyone.